Hi, welcome to the first devlog of our new indie game studio, Psychosis Studios. My name's Alex. I'm also known as Stargoat on all social media. And I'm the lead, the creative lead and art director.
And I am Eli, also known as WireWiz, the technical director for our new, freshly founded game studio. Um, yeah.
We just wanted to talk about our very first project, currently in the name Project Agua,
Because why not?
because water. Uh,
Drink water. Remember to drink water.
The current concept is a single player and co-op story RPG taking place in the Milky Way galaxy.
Or some other galaxy. We haven't really decided.
Yeah,
it's probably going to be the Milky Way.
Yeah. Um, but there's going to be space dogfights, realistic combat, some.
Full galaxies rendered at full scale, but don't worry, we'll figure out a way to make it fun.
Uh-huh. uh, Other than that, we're focusing a lot on the RPG aspect. There will be some multiplayer stuff later, but we're working more on the story and gameplay of it right now.
Yeah.
But current idea is just a first-person open world that you can with
Or not necessarily open world. It's like an open galaxy.
same difference.
So you can hop in your spaceship and go to different
It's
planets.
a world.
Yes, but open world makes it sound like it's one planet. But we have an entire galaxy. Just a semi on rails open world galaxy.
Very semi on rails.
uh,
But no, we're currently working on the basis of the game as well as the first demo that we're going to be releasing.
Yep.
Which will most likely just be like a run through of it, I'm feeling.
Kind of like a technical demo of like the first few features. So being able to walk around inside ships, like we plan to have it start on like a mothership of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
So like walk around on that, you'll be able to get on a ship inside that ship.
Fully interactable mechanics of the ship for engineers, pilots, gunners, so that you can.
So yeah, it will kind of be like very role based,
Yes.
where you'll have like different roles within ships that you can take part in.
And that's what the whole co-op thing is, because the more people you have, the bigger your ship can be.
Yes.
But
and the more control over the fine subsystems of your ship you can have.
Mm-hmm. But we're starting with just single player so that we don't kill ourselves in the process.
Yeah. And accidentally just try to make an MMO as a first game, because as much as I would want to do that, it's a terrible idea.
Yeah, as much as it's a good idea, it's not a good idea.
It'd be awesome if we could just get it.
It would
work.
be really cool, but I don't think we have the money to set up a server that big and that powerful.
I mean, it's not like too many people are going to be playing it at first.
No, but there will be a pseudo class system with abilities and stuff, but
it'll just be based on like
what gear you have, and things that you choose with that.
Yeah, and that's for more of like the first person rather than flying around in the ship. And it's probably good to state that at least at the moment, like I'm big on VR, so we're gonna try to have it fully desktop and VR crossplay.
Yeah.
At the moment, so as I am the one actually making the mechanics, I have the ability to, from the beginning, make sure that it works on both platforms equally well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we're going to focus a lot on the first-person aspect of it.
Yeah.
Gunplay, if it isn't done right, the game isn't good.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Other than that, what other stuff was there?
Probably
should have pulled this up beforehand.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, whatever.
But yeah, so the current plan is we're working on just like a simple demo that will show off like the different technical things we can do, and actually show off like the first part of the storyline.
Mm-hmm.
So we plan to have that up in like 3 to 4 months. Internal deadline is a little bit shorter than that, but everything takes a lot longer than you'd expect it to. So
yeah, so some of the things that we're currently planning on putting in, Uh
You want to make that page a little bigger?
oh yeah. That would probably be good. 150.
Yeah.
There we go. All right.
200.
So we're hoping on having the first like demo done by either end of next month or middle of
I'm gonna say it's gonna take at least 2 months.
yeah,
At least from the
yeah.
point we're at right
and
now.
end of next month or month or middle of the month after probably
Yeah.
is where about will be. We're gonna have different like roles you can play, like we were talking before with the pilot slash navigator, the gunner, and the
It's the
engineer.
navigator, because it sounds more fancy
Yeah.
when you say navigator.
We were initially planning on having light speed taken into account, and based on the distance, they don't appear in the spot that they actually are.
Yeah, so like if you're like 3 light minutes away from someone, you'll see where they were 3 minutes ago.
Yeah.
But decided that wouldn't be very fun. It both
Especially
be
because we're
annoying.
focusing less on, because we were initially planning on having it be fully multiplayer.
Yeah, it would just have been like a multiplayer dogfight game with
Yeah.
like everything being as realistic as possible.
Like War
aside
Thunder,
from
but in
like
space.
yeah, kind of.
Or some of those other.
But like with a little bit of workarounds like warp drives, so you're not sitting there for months waiting for the ships to just fly past each other at several thousand miles per hour.
Speaking of those, we also want to have those be realistic in terms of how it would look like from the perspective of the ship.
Oh yeah, you're talking about like the light shifting and
Yeah,
whatnot?
so the light shifting as well as the distance shrinking from your perspective.
Yes, and
So
I can just do those with like screen shaders and whatnot. Won't have that be too realistic.
But systems on the ship would be damaged as your ship takes damage. So like your engines can be hit and you won't be able to travel as fast, kind of thing.
Until your engineer like pulls it out of the wall,
replaces it,
disassembles it a little bit, pulls out the specific piece, plops that back in, whoosh, boom.
Life support. What were we thinking about for that?
Just you have to get it fixed or you die.
Oh yeah, like you just have a limited amount of time that you can do stuff in there.
Among Us.
What was even the idea behind that? Oh, was that just the thing where damaging the ship causes different systems?
Yeah, like different critical events.
Okay.
Kind of like Among Us.
But no, so the mechanic, their whole job is fixing stuff that's been broken on the ship.
And if stuff isn't broken, they can like rebalance power.
Rebalancing power, affecting the shields so they are stronger on one side than the other.
Yep.
Other stuff with like engines, guns, and however they work. Gunner is, as you would expect, they shoot the gun and the missiles and stuff, but
we're going to try to figure out a way to keep it interesting when you're out of combat.
Exactly.
Because though our original idea was like full galaxy scale space combat, right? So there would be a lot of time where you're not shooting at someone. Now that we're going more narrative based, there's going to be a lot less of that because you'll know exactly where to go to, and it's more just like
and there'll be a lot more script based combat than anything.
But still, we're trying to come up with a way like how is the gunner still fun when you're not shooting? So we're going to give them other jobs, like they're going to be able to actively scan the surrounding area for other ships in like the vicinity.
Yeah.
And track them and whatnot.
Yeah, and I feel like reloading should also be some sort of thing that they have to do, especially for like the missiles and stuff.
Yeah.
So that way they're not just sitting there waiting for everything to be done for them. Navigator, they're the pilot and they see everything. They're in control of the ship's movement as well as like one main gun that is straight shooting.
And yeah, kind of going along the lines of like the original idea, the ship is actually going to work through actual like space physics. It's basically going to be KSP.
So you can add maneuvers to your flight path so
And
you can go to places. But
yeah, but there's going to be a lot more automatic assistance.
especially with the warp drive and everything, so
Yeah.
that way it's not so confusing.
So basically, it's like if you know how to use the tools, flying the ship is going to be a breeze,
Mhm.
unless you're in combat.
And if you know how to fly the ship, you can fly the ship.
Oh yeah, like Warzone levels of
Yeah, Warzone, Battlefield. Hopefully, if we can get
Yes,
people like
if
that
it-
playing,
yeah.
it should be sick.
But other than that, it's like using like the inbuilt tools of the cockpit, because like in a sci-fi scenario, you're going to have those as part of the ship, where it's basically going to fly itself. Like modern planes almost like fly themselves,
Mhm.
essentially.
Yeah,
So spaceships are definitely going to be that way.
even more so. I feel
Modern
like, though.
spaceships are that way. So, but like in combat and stuff, editing the flight path, that would be kind of clunky, like trying to do it fast and whatnot. So you can just take over and manually control. And if you have a good brain for orbital mechanics and
and then it would be less of an RTS game
Mhm.
and more of an actual flight sim.
Yep. So you can do
Right.
spreadsheets in space, a little less spreadsheets, or you can just go full dogfight mode,
Mm-hmm.
whichever one suits you.
So that's the basis of everything we're going to be putting in, other than the like first person stuff that we haven't really
Yeah.
talked too much about, other than like your abilities are based on your armor and other things that you choose. Everything it's not space magic or some other
Oh no,
fantasy
we're
explanation.
gonna
It's-
come up with technobabble forever.
exactly. We want it to be real.
Yes. Lots of nanomachines.
Nanomachines, son.
Why won't you die?
We're gonna have multi-person ships, so more than just one or two people. Like we want to eventually have like 3 gunners on one ship, or
Oh,
four
yeah.
or more, a couple engineers. But I feel like there will only ever be like 1 or 2 navigators on a single ship.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like
But-
you might have 2 that are able to work together, but they both have like the same controls. Or
Yeah,
whatnot.
or we have like a little fighter that can like detach from the main
Oh,
ship.
like a Cloud City sort of thing.
Kinda, yeah.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, but when we do start eventually maybe putting in multiplayer stuff,
Yeah, there'd be a lot more of adding different ship varieties,
Mhm.
possibly motherships, which you can have like 20 people running.
yeah, and that would be super fun because we could get like whole guild systems or factions or whatever you want to call them.
Because we already have the plan for like the multiplayer hub, like space station.
Oh, yeah,
sort of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
We're thinking like between missions, you can go to a space station.
a space station or a hangar on a planet or something, like a neutral space where you can buy gear,
Mm-hmm.
just hang out,
Put
have
stuff
little
into a
mini
bank
games and
and
stuff you can
whatnot.
play.
Yeah, and there will be like a little lobby or whatever you can hang out with other players
Mhm.
if
And
they're
if
not
the-
being too toxic.
And if they are,
And if they are,
you can pull out your gun and block them.
you block them.
It's not a menu
by killing them.
Exactly. It's not a menu thing.
It's
You
just
pull out a gun,
and
pop
you
a cap in their head.
They
and
don't
then-
talk to you anymore.
And then once you leave that lobby, you never meet with them again.
I mean, you might, but they'd just be a dead corpse on the floor.
exactly.
And there'd be a way to unblock them, like you could just walk
Yeah.
into their corpse or whatever and be like,
Or just
You're
have
alive
a
again.
menu thing or something.
yeah.
No, you just walk into the morgue and there's
Mhm.
bodies of all the people you have blocked. You're like, okay,
you just pull it out. Get out a pair of like defibrillators.
Come on, stay with me.
I didn't mean to kill you. I'm sorry. It was a joke, bro. It was a prank.
With the planets though, so that's like the multiplayer aspect, but with the open world / open galaxy thing, planets will be procedurally generated.
Semi-procedurally generated.
Like they'll be initially procedurally generated, and then that's how it is. That's how it stays. I feel like.
So what I'm feeling like we'll do is that we'll manually create the planets,
Mhm.
but we'll do it with auto generation
Yeah.
tools where we can like drag sliders or whatever
To change
so, like,
the
we manually
topography of
place everything. There's like tools to help us and whatnot.
Yeah, but
And
all
then-
the locations, like the planet will be empty, basically, other than the points of interest.
Yes. So if there's like a high value mob boss
Exactly.
lair
Or wherever your
there's
mission
large-
is.
Yeah, and that part is going to be like fleshed out like a full level. You just land next to it, walk
And that's
in.
where the computer assistance comes in, where you just select the spot and your ship warps you there and then flies down to the planet.
Yep.
Uh,
So unless you're getting shot at, everything goes smoothly. You will probably be getting shot at.
Yes. That's the basis of the mechanics and everything. I feel like kind of what we want to do in the future.
yeah,
for
we're
the
gonna-
demo though.
For the demo, we're gonna hold back on all the multiplayer stuff so that I don't have to figure out how to server mesh like 200 spaceships and their occupants all converging on a single high value target.
That'd be so much fun for you though. You'd enjoy it. I feel like.
I actually would probably enjoy it. The problem is it would take me like 4 months to get like a buggy demo working, and then another 4 to get it like smoothly working.
No, but we're gonna start with the like first initial tutorial level of the game. So like when you first load in, this is what you'll see after you create your character. Once we make one of those, otherwise you're just gonna start as a stick figure. But should we talk about like what the first mission will be, or do you want to leave that for the demo?
We can talk about the beginning of it, but
Okay.
we don't talk about what happens after the beginning.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you start as whatever you name your character on the. Did we name the ship yet?
We have not named the ship yet.
On the USS Spaceman.
USS Agua.
Yes, the USS Agua. You're a new recruit. Like you've been in the military, but you have just now joined this ship.
This is the first time you've been on a real warship.
Yep. And you wake up on the ship. You can look out the window, see all the planet that you're by.
Few ships doing
Aerial
drills
combat
and
drills,
maneuvers and whatnot.
And then after a little bit, like you can walk around the room you're in, and then your friend from wherever
Yep.
in the past,
Your old buddy, old pal.
your old buddy, old pal, walks in, and then he takes you on a tour, or starts taking you on a tour of the ship, just getting you to get your grounds.
Yep. Takes you to like the local like shooting range. Teaches you how to hold a gun and whatnot.
Shows you the cafeteria because that's
Yeah.
important.
Very important.
Very.
We should have like some weird aliens walking around.
Yes. And then like you'll learn some of the basic mechanics for fixing ships and whatever.
Yeah.
And then
Like maybe there's like a coolant leak in the engines or whatever. And they're
Yeah.
like, hey, you ever seen a warp drive before?
basic tutorial for all that stuff. And then something happens.
Yes.
And then you have to fly away, and that's how you learn how to fly the ship.
Yeah.
But other than that, because that'll get you through movement, first-person combat. I don't know if we'll do any of like the ability stuff. I feel like that'll be after.
Yeah, it will mostly be just kind of, this is what the game will feel
Press
and
Q
look
to
like.
throw a grenade.
Or just throw the grenade. Depending on what platform you're playing on.
PCVR.
Yes. You will make sure that I make the PC version
I will make
good.
it fun for you.
Hey, there are some people who are going to play in VR.
Yeah,
We're out there. We exist. Kind of.
but the PC community is like this is VR.
Mm-hmm.
PC is like way over there.
We're going to be inclusive to everybody,
Yes,
except
we are.
consoles.
Yeah, because I don't want to pay the license. Or whatever you
Yeah.
have to get it on.
We're poor at the moment.
For now.
Yes. We
Maybe
should-
eventually we'll
Yeah.
get it for console.
Play our game.
Play our game, and we'll.
If you're
or-
watching
if
this
you're
in the
interested.
future.
If you play console and you want it to be on console, get people interested in it. We
Yes. And just like cancel us on the internet for not like making a console version, because that's how you convince people to do stuff.
Exactly. Threaten to remove us from the internet entirely.
Yes.
Uh,
Do it.
first-person combat, though, all the first-person shooting and everything, is going to be done. So, lore of the world. You have all of these highly trained individuals. Why waste them by throwing flesh onto the battlefield?
Yes.
You go into and you take control of androids and robots through some sort of terminal on your ship or wherever you are, and that is how we determine how many lives you have for the levels.
Because if you run out of androids, like, what are you gonna do? Go down there in person? No.
But
Risk actually dying?
nah, man, fuck that shit.
Yeah. And then, like, on, like, the larger levels, or not where you're attacking, like, a whole fleet or whatever.
And you have unlimited lives because who doesn't want to feel like a badass?
Right, and
destroying waves of enemies.
so checkpoints can just be, like, you have drop pods falling from the sky,
That
and each
deploy
one holds,
more
like,
androids.
yeah. So it's kind of just, like, the way you get a checkpoint is you seize a tactical point or whatever, pod drops in. Now, instead of your androids coming out right here, they come out over here.
Mm-hmm. And it also helps make combat more forgiving because what you do doesn't get reset when you die.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, oh no, I have to walk through like 300 meters.
Unless you run out of lives, then you have to restart.
Yes.
So that
you have to run away,
and
buy
then,
more very expensive androids.
No, just refill from the military. They pay for everything.
If we're still
if you're still part of the military.
If you're still part of the military at that point. Because as we all know, gamers are just so loyal to their factions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and when they have choices to make that affect their game,
mm-hmm. They always make
choose
the morally correct.
Yeah, the morally correct one.
And not because there's an achievement that is follow the morally correct path, and that is the only reason that they would ever do that.
No, that definitely not the only reason they would do that.
Mm-hmm.
I've never done that before. Continuing.
You mean you always do that? You always.
Oh yeah. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah. See, he's always the most morally correct person.
I'm such a good person.
He's the most correct person he knows.
And I'm very humble.
The humblest he knows. But wait, how can you be the humblest person you know when I'm the humblest person I know?
We don't know each other, that's why.
Oh, right. Who are you?
What are you doing in my home?
Anyway, where were we?
Basis of the first person like lives and how we talked like with the androids and everything.
Right. Classes are just based on like what weapons you choose.
And I feel like we could do like when you create your character have like a super simple class.
Mm-hmm.
Like you specialize in this certain type of weapon.
Maybe it's
like
kind of like you get different base stats.
Yeah.
Sort of thing, but you can kind of alter them past the fact.
With either gear or some sort of system that we come up with
right.
When you level, you can put points into stuff.
And I'm kind of a fan of like the when you use something more, you get better at it sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. And I'm also, have skills that you can learn.
Yeah.
That we haven't thought too much about that because that's later.
Right now we're trying to make game work.
We want to make it work, and then we make it cool.
Yes. Well, we make it work cool, and then we just like.
And then we make it cool work.
Yes. You just kind of take cool and you slap it onto the side of the thing and
just take some ice, throw it at the computer,
and then I can't refactor everything because it's layered.
It's broken.
It worked before, and then I wanted to add more stuff, and it didn't really fit.
And then I wanted you to add something, and then it all died.
Yes.
uh, that's pretty much all there is, other than like when we do put more multiplayer stuff in,
Yeah.
having like weekly bounties, just like randomly generated stuff that you can do. Like there's a boss at this location, go there, kill him, you get a bunch of XP or something.
Yeah.
Or money.
And then eventually, now this is kind of like if we figure out the technology for it. So
this is a big if.
This is a huge, huge if. But if we can figure out the technology for it, it'd be awesome if like there was like once every 3 months a big event where like there's some huge mob boss, and like we announce the exact time that it's going live, and then you get all the streamers who are playing the game and everybody else who's like a high level player, they all close in on.
They all collapse on the location, and there's a massive battle between both people, the enemies, and like all the groups of people that play the game. So
like there's the planet
just a territorial war.
Yeah.
For loot.
There's like a supernova or something around this galaxy preventing you from entering, and then at the specified time
it kind of dissipates, and there's a gap that you can go through.
And then your sensors pick up there are people surrounding this entire solar system, and they're all just
waiting,
gunning for it. And then, yeah,
that's a big if though. if
I can figure out some groundbreaking server meshing
technology. If we have a big enough like player base, which fingers crossed you guys like it, and we get a lot of people interested.
Yeah.
Tell people about it, please. Other than that, we're pretty sure that's everything. Other than just like we want to do regular, well, not semi-regular updates about it.
Kind of like a once every 1 or 2 months sort of thing.
And we're gonna be open about everything.
Yes, you guys will know everything that's happening. Mostly everything that it's healthy to know about.
A lot of the stuff I feel like we're gonna post on probably your TikTok and then YouTube.
Yeah, well, we can do like the YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
So like YouTube Shorts and like the TikTok,
and then
we're gonna create like this will be they're watching on the channel.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's another thing you have to do. But yeah, we'll create a YouTube channel specifically for the channel that you are currently watching on, because we are all proactive and have totally made that already.
Yeah, definitely are not recording before I've even made the channel or logo or anything.
I mean, we came up with a good logo idea before we started.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
And you might...
Have we said the name of the studio yet?
I think I said it at the beginning.
Yeah.
I might have, but... Psychosis Studios. We create our own realities because we suffer from psychosis, and we... yeah. We're not insane.
Well, we don't have psychosis. We simply inflict it upon our entire player base.
Yeah.
Because you guys will you'll want to be in our game instead of reality.
Like,
I mean, it's not a high bar to get over.
No. we want this to be your second life.
Sorry, that's trademarked. You can't say second life.
Fuck.
That's
we want you to be
metaverse.
We want you to be a citizen of the stars.
That's all
taken on as well.
That's why we just called it Project Agua.
And the project name in Unity is definitely not called Star Bitchesin or anything.
No, we're not that crude with
we're not crude or petty.
We're totally not just a bunch of teenagers that are too smart for our own good.
Anything else?
Subscribe.
Follow our stuff. @stargoat.art, Instagram. I post art and stuff every once in a while.
My stuff is WireWiz on everything.
Yes, he is WireWiz on everything. We'll post all the links in the description.
Lots of links.
At the bottom. Yes. Well, not many.
Like 3. And do we want to create a Discord for the studio specifically?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I
we
don't
should
think
do that.
we should make it and then
Because like my community is kind of separate for like the game engine
Yeah.
I'm building, so it's like, oh yeah,
So-
I'm building a game engine.
Oh yeah, well, that put thingy up, little pop up or whatever, top right
Click.
card. Click on it.
Yes.
That's the video talking about the engine. I think this is right where it is, top right
Yep.
frame.
It has bad retention, so please watch whole thing.
But
It is
that's
cool.
a whole nother thing talking
Yeah.
about his metaverse engine that he's working on.
Yes, and it's not like a crappy NFT one. It's like
An actual
what would somebody
thing.
actually playing VR want to
That's
do?
another thing.
Yeah.
NFTs and crypto. We are not going to put those in the game
Yes.
because we are smart and we know that.
Well,
Not-
we are smart and also not scumbags.
Yes.
At least for the moment.
Yes, we are
Or
smart.
hopefully not ever.
We are semi-decent people.
Yes, we have. We're gonna have like a do not be evil thing, just like Google had it until they removed that.
Rule 1: people equal people.
Yes, that is literally rule 1 of our studio. We've
Yes.
already started working on those.
And rule number 2: previous rule and this rule cannot be changed.
And then there's another rule that you can't change that. And then let's see what.
Well, that's in the wording of that one.
right.
And then 3 was have fun, I think.
Yep. No clauses about not being able to change that one.
No.
People are people. Have fun, maybe.
Maybe. we might get rid of that one.
Yeah, because the people playing the game have to have fun. Do the people making have to have fun?
No.
No. Crunch time all the time, baby.
No.
Let's go.
Dude, no.
No. Hopefully, we will be decent studio that doesn't screw over people. At least that's our end
That's
goal.
the goal.
Yes. Have studio that people can genuinely root for because they believe in them. Yeah.
I don't think there's really anything else.
Yeah.
Other than just like tell people about the game.
Yeah.
We don't really have too much to show for it right now,
I mean,
but
have,
we are
like-
working on it.
Yeah. Like, we have a ship that you can walk around in.
Mhm.
I already have a galaxy rendering at full scale.
He
And,
has, you had the physics for like flying around.
oh, yeah. You can already fly
You
around.
can fly the ship.
Yeah, like, I have a ship orbiting something the size of Earth.
And the texture is something very funny.
Yes. And you will see that eventually.
Yes. I'm going to flash a single frame of the picture right now.
Now. I can see the retention for that just spiking right there.
Yes.
Because you can see when people are...
People like back
Yeah.
up.
I will see if you do that.
We see everything.
But we can't see them, but they can see us.
Yes. All there is the camera there.
There are hundreds of people watching us through that eye right there. Because I know we can at least get 100 people to watch this video.
It's not a camera. It's just a giant floating eyeball.
Yeah.
His name
Cost
is...
me a fortune.
You bought him? He was my friend. Come on.
Wait. It's sentient?
Yeah. His name's Fred.
I'm sorry, Fred. Here, you own him now.
I don't... What did you even hand me?
I don't know if it needs of ownership. I don't know. I don't know how buying a sentient flying eyeball that can stream video to a computer works.
There's just a wire coming out of the top of it.
You just like jab an audio cable in there.
Okay, you're gonna feel a slight twinge. Just I think that's the
sorry.
end of the video.
Yeah, that's the
Bye.
end of the video. Bye.